Bum, 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 bum. Let's see if anybody even joins. It's been so long since we did one of these.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe nobody will join. Who knows? Y'all hear that tapping noise, or is that just me?
I hear it.
Okay, I thought I was going crazy for a second. What is that noise? Yo, what up, Bunker? Bunker, can you hear me, Doug? Let me know if you can hear me. Yo, what up, Josh? Hey, can y'all hear me? Yes or no? Just give me a yes or no. I just need to know if y'all can hear me. Yep. All right. I've been getting blown up by a lot of people based off of some stuff that Dave posted and that Dave shared. Most everybody knows that me and Dave are cool. We've had our, issues, little issues here and there, but for the most part, I've always kind of backed Dave. Dave has always been somebody I've been cool with. I've honestly never ever looked at him in a negative light. Me and him have always just kind of been cool. Yeah, you can go ahead and say hi. My kids are going to say hi real quick, guys.
Hi!
All right, sit down. Dave recently got his hands on some older versions of Racing Rivals, and he was able to make basically like a local login version of the game where he's able to log in, he's able to mess with a car, he's able to race it, stuff like that. I've been getting messaged by hundreds of people, and I'm not even exaggerating that. Hundreds of people, but I'm not trying to shit on the fire, but just we need to take it slow, guys. This is a short, very short win for something that could be a very long-term kind of project. There's no guarantee that this will ever work. Dave is motivated. Dave is looking forward to trying to make this become a reality, but at the same time, there's a lot of hurdles that will need to be jumped over in order for this to even become something that could be a reality. So as excited as people are, I also want people to know, in the past, we had trouble making an older version. Can anyone access it? No, it's actually something that he's made on a local. It's basically like what would be considered a local server, and he can access it on his device, or on his desktop. Now, if he was to get to where, oh shit. Now, if he was to purchase, basically what would need to be, one of the main things that the admins used to bitch about all the time was the server load. That you would have to have a server for the game to be accessed by people outside of what is his network. So in order for other people to be able to play it, he would actually have to host the files that he has and actually put them online somewhere. That way he could connect and he'd be able to send out a smaller version of what the game was. I honestly don't think, because I don't know if you guys, please, if you can, follow Dave. He's TechX on YouTube. His streams are really informative. His live streams are really good. I like watching them. And even when he does the videos, his videos are real good. But he explains how the data that he mined off of their servers, off of their online servers, it's thousands of, honestly, I think it's millions of items. I shouldn't even say thousands. It's like millions of items. And it's some massive amount. It's like 10 gigs of data or something like that. It's something crazy. It's something that in order for that to be online, somebody's going to have to spend some real money. So I messaged Dave earlier and I was telling him, hey, it'd be awesome if you bring Racing Rivals back. But at the same time, I don't want everybody to be like, oh, we're going to get back the game that we had. That's not, best case scenario right now is that we're going to get, a working version of a watered down version of the game. And even then, that's, months, years away, if that. It took basically 5 years for them to get a working version of Nitto. And even then, it's still not working. So I keep getting messaged by these people. I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting text messages. And it sucks, bro, because everybody's real excited, everybody's hyped up, and everybody's like talking about, we're gonna make this team. But this is not something that's short term, guys. This is something that's gonna take a very, very long time to come to fruition. So I just want to do a quick live stream, that way I could try to message this out to as many people. I'm sure there will be somebody that will want to invest, but the thing is finding the best things to do with what's invested. Because last time, it seems like with the Niddle project, it seems like a lot of people invested money, and the investment, it hasn't really delivered. I've gotten a lot of really ugly messages from people that were upset about how things went. You got to understand, these projects that are being done like this, they're not like the game was. Because when the game was being produced, you had 100 people. What's up, Julian, you sack of shit? You had 100 people that were producing, I shouldn't say 100. You had 40 people that were, producing the game. You had 20 people that were doing graphics. You had 10 people that were doing different stuff. You had, the managers that were doing the actual, developing what they were going to do in the game, planning stuff out. You don't have that with these projects. These projects are one person, usually one man, and right now it's Dave. And Dave is first time father. He has a full-time job. He has a lot going on. So I guess the reason I'm making this video is just to tell people, please be patient. Dave's gonna do what he can when he can, and if he finds people to do certain aspects of the game, then he will. Dave is good people. He's motivated to make this work, and he believes that he can do it. So I would just, like I said, just be patient, guys. That's all I'm asking. Just be patient, and just understand this is a long game kind of thing that we're talking about here. So when you see people getting hyped up, talking about like, oh my God, just let them know this is not something you're going to see in a month. This is something that's going to come, maybe in a year, maybe 2 years. Who knows how long it's going to take? I can tell you guys that it took the guys at Carbonated almost an entire year to recreate the back end for the game that we had. Basically, they created an entirely new back end. That way they could, change items, switch out cars, all the easy stuff that we think, like it was super easy for them to do. Like just to give somebody a pair of rims. They had to write an entire string of code just to do that. It's not something that was just there, It was something that had to be created. And they recreated that entire back end, and it took them a year to do that. So here we have somebody starting from basically scratch, with the game files that he has, starting from scratch, and just be patient, please. That's all I'm asking. Dave is good people. Like I said, he's motivated. I believe that in time, with the right people on his team, he could make it happen. Now, Bunker said, can we get Prodigal Grimm to help? Prodigal Grimm was the numbers side of Racing Rivals. I'm not 1,000% sure how much actual coding, or how much, because you have to understand, like when you're doing a big company like Glue or Carbonated or CIE or any of those companies, you have different areas of expertise. So he was a numbers guy. I'm not sure how much coding he did, or how much back end stuff, or how much server work he experienced. I would have to think it was probably minimal. They used him more for his knowledge of the game, and I know he did do some coding, and I know he did do some other work, but I'm just, I'm not 100% sure. It's not something me and him ever really talked about. Me and him would talk about just normal stuff, because I really didn't get to see him very much. So when I saw him, we hung out more than anything. Can we get, hold on, get to Cent to help? I don't know who 10 Cent is. Glue needs to listen to it. Well, Glue is done with the game. They own the game now. So, and that's another thing that, I was asking Dave about was, this is a lot different from Niddle. Niddle was something that has been dead for like 10 years. So who really gives a shit about Niddle? Racing Rivals, though, is something that's only been dead for a year or two. And, they still have, this is still their intellectual property. This is still a licensed game. Alyssa, sit right here, baby. So it's going to be a completely different kind of thing. Any game that I've seen come back from the dead, like this one that was done by people, it usually gets squashed pretty fast by the company that owned it. They usually don't take too kindly to people stealing their intellectual property. So see, that's the thing, if the game does come back, and it's like Nitto, where if the game comes back, it's going to be more like a legacy kind of thing. I don't think there's going to be, you put hack-proof servers. I mean, that there's going to be so few people playing that it would be more along the lines of just for enjoyment more than it would be for, like the turf wars and stuff like that. And again, that's years away, if ever. I don't see people coming to the game to do cheating. I think if they come, it's going to be more for the enjoyment of the experience than it would be for the cheating aspect of trying to prove that you're something that you're not. But then again, who knows? I mean, there's always somebody that wants to cheat, always somebody trying to do something shady or shitty, and we just kind of have to deal with it. And honestly, I think we saw that even with the Nitto game, where out the box we had people that were trying to use cheating on a 10-year-old game that hasn't been alive in 10 years. And it's like, oh man, like, why cheat, bro? But it is what it is, and it'll be what it'll be. So if there's no questions, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I just wanted to do a quick video. Yeah, I used to play for fun too, man. It was a lot of fun. The people that were on it were good to hang out with, and I think honestly that's what I miss more than anything, was just the people that I got to know, and the people that we all experienced the game with. So it'll if it ever does come back, it'll be a completely different experience, because the actual reason behind playing the game would be completely different. And that was one of the things that I wanted to talk to Dave about, was instead of trying to push out a broken version of the game like they did with Nitto, where they were releasing versions of the game that didn't work, but they had like one aspect. I think it would be cool to just release a version of Racing Rivals where you can run one car, and we can kind of share our times with each other, and just experience the game as it is, what I mean, while he's trying to get the game working. So, but I don't know, I'll leave that up to Dave. It's his project, and it'll be his decisions, and we'll see what he does. I just want to wish Dave the best of luck, and in any way that I can help him, I'm going to be down to. But I'm also scared at what's going to come when when Glue or Carbonated or whoever the hell has a license starts to get wind of the project trying to be rebirthed.
Daddy.
We'll see what happens, though.
Everyone that's probably been watching to the beginning is probably like, hey, look, that's where VGU Cisco lives. Let's go.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. We'll see what happens, man. But I appreciate y'all hopping on, and I hope, hey, honest to God, I really hope that you guys have been well. I miss you guys like crazy. The community that we had on Racing Rivals and the community that I had on YouTube were two of the best things that that I enjoyed from the game. So God bless, guys, and I'll see y'all soon. And if I have any more information from Dave, I'll hop on and I'll share it with you guys. But y'all take care, guys.
Bye.
Y'all can say bye.
Love you. Bye.